I want to thank everybody for joining us on our continuing conversation on addiction and entrepreneurs. I have the pleasure of speaking with Mike Lindell. Mike is a former addict and has turned his life around. And you may recognize him or know of his endeavors because he invented the Mypillow. So the way I like to kind of start these conversations is to go all the way back to when your addiction started.
Okay. Well, I didn't know this at the time, but my addiction started. I didn't even start drinking until I was 17 or 18, and then I got into cocaine in like 1983, 84. I was like 23, 24 years old. So for some addicts, I guess that would be maybe a late start, But I found out later. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time, but I believe it. Now I know so many addictions manifest out of childhood, and whether it be trauma or, in my case, it was a divorce. My parents divorced when I was 7 years old. I was 9 days into second grade. I remember very specifics. Well, all of a sudden I'm in a new school, and I'm the oldest child, so I was thrown into all this a lot of responsibility at a very young age. And then I got into, like I say, the after high school, and then the next 5-6 years, the addiction, ended up getting into. I said I would never do cocaine, and then all of a sudden I'm doing cocaine, But I think my addictions got worse than in the mid '80s. I was engaged at the time, my first love that I had, and we went together 6-7 years. And then when we broke up, she was something happened there, and these things kept piling on. But one of the things I was always upset with myself. I'm seeing people now graduate from college, and they're way ahead of me where I thought I should be in life, and then also. And the other person would be they've been with the same company since high school, so they're I viewed both of these things as everyone's like ahead of me, and I'm better than this, and it was just so then I get back to the addictions and addictions just masked a lot of pain.
So 23, you were doing a lot of cocaine, and that habit, was that a daily habit for you? I mean, how bad was it until you catch up to that? To the scenario you just described?
Yeah, well, with the cocaine, I thought I would never do cocaine, and I would do a lot of drinking back then, and this was back in the day in the early '80s keg parties. We would have you'd have these big bashes, and the drinking was a lot different now. But when I first did cocaine, it was wow, I can be right where I'm wanted to be. Without having to drink all this alcohol. I could function on it. I was a very functioning addict at the time. And so I don't know if it was daily, maybe a couple, 2 times a week. But when I did it, I wouldn't go to bed. I would, I'd just stay up. No matter what I was doing, I would just, it wasn't like, okay, it's time for bed. I'd be up for days. I was also an addict with sports betting, a compulsive gambler with sports betting. And I had some very bad people after me all the time. I'm a 20-some-year-old kid, and I owed, anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 paid by Monday with no income. So the money I had saved up or whatever and earned, it all went to another addiction.